Have you ever had one of those days where everything just seems to go wrong? You spill coffee on your shirt, you're late for a meeting, someone says something that just gets under your skin, and suddenly you're a whirlwind of frustration and anger. Or maybe you've been so anxious about a future event that you can't even enjoy the present moment. We've all been there. It feels like only emotions are in the driver's seat and we're just along for the bumpy, unpredictable ride. But what if I told you there's a way to take back the wheel? What if you could navigate life's challenges with a sense of calm, clarity, and unshakable inner peace? This isn't some new age fantasy. It's ancient wisdom, time-tested for nearly 2,000 years. Today, we're diving deep into the teachings of one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, to answer a fundamental question: should we be guided by emotion or by reason? Epictetus had a fascinating life. Born a slave in what is now Turkey, he endured immense hardship. Yet, he became one of the most respected and influential thinkers of his time. He didn't have an easy life, but he discovered a powerful truth. It's not what happens to us that determines our happiness, but how we respond to it. This is the core of his philosophy, and it's more relevant today than ever. So let's start with the big idea, the dichotomy of control. This sounds complicated, but it's beautifully simple. Epictetus taught that everything in life can be divided into two categories: things we can control and things we can't. What can't we control? Well, a lot. We can't control the weather, the economy, what other people think or say, or whether we get sick. We can't control the past or the future. Trying to control these things is, according to Epictetus, a recipe for misery. It's like trying to command the ocean tides. You'll only end up exhausted and frustrated. So, what can we control? This is where the magic happens. We can control our thoughts, our judgments, our choices, and our actions. We can control our own character. This is our domain, our inner kingdom, and here we are 100% in charge. Think about it, someone cuts you off in traffic. You can't control their bad driving, but you can control your reaction. You can choose to get angry, honk your horn, and let it ruin your morning. Or you can choose to take a deep breath, think, wow, they must be in a hurry, and carry on with your day, your inner peace undisturbed. The event is the same, but the experience is completely different, all based on your choice. This brings us to the heart of our question: emotion versus reason. For Epictetus, our emotions are not random, uncontrollable forces. They are the direct result of our judgments. Let me repeat that. Your emotions are caused by your judgments. When you feel anger, it's because you've judged that you've been treated unfairly. When you feel fear, it's because you've judged that something bad is about to happen. When you feel sad, it's because you've judged that you've lost something valuable. Notice the word judged. These are not objective facts. They are interpretations. A rainy day isn't inherently bad. It's just rain. It's our judgment. This rain is ruining my plans. That creates the negative emotion. This is where reason comes in. Reason is our superpower. It's the tool we use to examine our judgments before they spiral into overwhelming emotions. When you feel a strong emotion bubbling up, Epictetus would advise you to pause and ask yourself, what judgment is causing this feeling? Is this judgment based on something I can control or something I can't? Let's take a practical example. Imagine you have a big presentation at work tomorrow. You start feeling anxious. Your heart is racing. Your mind is imagining all the ways it could go wrong. The untrained response is to get lost in the anxiety. The Stoic response is to use reason. Pause. Ask, why am I anxious? The judgment is, I might mess up this presentation and everyone will think I'm incompetent. Now let's apply the dichotomy of control. Can you control what your boss or colleagues will think? No, that's external. Can you control if you stumble over a word? Maybe not completely. But what can you control? You can control how well you prepare. You can control practicing your speech. You can control getting a good night's sleep. You can control your intention to do your absolute best. By focusing your energy on what you can control, your preparation and your effort, and accepting that the outcome and others' opinions are outside your control, the anxiety starts to lose its power. You're no longer fighting the uncontrollable. You're mastering your own domain. Reason has stepped in to guide your emotions, not to eliminate them, but to put them in their proper place. This doesn't mean becoming a robot devoid of feeling. That's a common misconception about Stoicism. Epictetus wasn't against emotions, he was against being enslaved by them. The goal is not to feel nothing, but to feel the right things, for the right reasons. to feel joy in your virtuous actions, to feel a sense of contentment in your own character, and to feel calm in the face of things you cannot change. Think of your mind as a garden. Unexamined thoughts and knee-jerk emotional reactions are like weeds. If you let them grow unchecked, they'll soon take over, choking out the flowers. Reason is your gardening tool. You use it to pull out the weeds of irrational judgments, to question your negative assumptions, and to cultivate a mindset of resilience and peace. So how do we practice this in our daily lives? It starts with mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts. When you feel a surge of anger, jealousy, or fear, don't just react. Step back and become an observer. Ask yourself, what's the story I'm telling myself right now? Is it true? Is it helpful? Let's say a friend cancels plans with you at the last minute. The immediate emotional reaction might be disappointment or even anger. The judgment is, they don't value my time. They don't care about me. Pause. Use your reason. Is that the only possible explanation? Maybe they had a family emergency. Maybe they're feeling unwell. Maybe they're completely overwhelmed with work. You don't know their reality. The only thing you're in control of is your interpretation. You can choose to interpret it with charity and understanding, preserving both your peace of mind and your friendship. You can choose to think, I hope they're okay. I'll use this free time to read that book I've been meaning to get to. See the shift? You've taken a potentially negative event and, through the power of reason, transformed your emotional experience of it. This is true freedom. Freedom not from a difficult world, but freedom within it. So, emotion or reason? The answer from Epictetus is clear. Reason should be the guide. Reason is the wise, steady captain of your ship, navigating the stormy seas of life. Your emotions are the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, but they don't have to dictate your course. You can acknowledge the storm, but you keep your hand firmly on the rudder, steering toward your chosen destination, a life of virtue, tranquility, and purpose. Start small. The next time you feel a negative emotion, just for a moment, pause. Don't act on it, just ask yourself, what am I in control of here? You'll be amazed at how that simple question can change everything. It's a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. This isn't about blaming yourself for having emotions. It's about empowering yourself to understand and manage them. It's a journey from being a passenger in your own life to being the driver. A journey from being tossed about by a sea of emotions to navigating it with the compass of reason. Thanks for journeying with me into the world of Stoicism today. I hope these lessons from Epictetus give you a powerful new tool for your mental toolkit. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on living a wiser, happier life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. When was a time you used reason to overcome a difficult emotion? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious and stay wise.